What is going on, guys? My name is Mark, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be redoing some VW and Audi wiring connectors. So VW and Audi connectors are pretty easily broken, so if you've broken one, I've done the same and it's a pain in the ass, but I'll show you how to fix it and how to make it right. So to do this job properly you will need some special tools. I've picked up some laser tools on Amazon for relatively cheap. I will link them in the description so you can pick some up if you'd like to do this job at home. So I'll show you the tools I've got now. It's basically two depinning tools, a removal tool and some crimping tools. This is a tool to essentially remove connectors. You put this bit on the connector, pull it like this and it opens the connector so you don't break them in the first place. These two are depinning tools, so they go in the connectors, they pop in like that and then the connector will pop open. And you'll be able to get out the little connector from inside. So I'll show you that now. To use the removal tool, I'll show you on this dummy connector. So these two mate together, if I can get them to. So they click together and then they're locked together. This tool, you simply put it onto the connector like that. You pull it back and it unlocks that tab there, as you can see. And then you can simply remove the connector and yeah, that's it. It just makes your life a lot easier. If you've got these on a sensor or something, you can use the handle and pull it like that. It makes your life so much easier in the car and you're so much less likely to break these connectors and have this issue in the first place. So the first thing to figure out is what size connector you've got. VW make two main sizes, small and big. As you can see, the small ones have smaller pins and the bigger ones have bigger pins. Each one uses a different tool, so the big one uses the wider space prong tool and the smaller one uses the smaller spaced prong tool. The sequence to remove both is exactly the same. I'll show you on the bigger one, which I've got here. So what you'll need to do this is the depinning tool and a pick or a screwdriver or something like that, something just to get this purple bit out of the connector. So I'll show you that first. So what we got to do is there's a little tab here, get your screwdriver into that and pop it out and pop this little purple bit out of the connector like that. Take that out, get your depinning tool, put it into the pin you want to remove, wiggle it in, give it a good firm push and then this will pop out and you'll have one connector. And if you note on this, there's two little tabs, so I'll just get my pick out. There's two little tabs on the sides here and here. These should be facing down. If they've come up at all, you've done it wrong and the connector either needs to be thrown away or you could bend them back, but in bending them back you can break them. Just make sure that these pins are facing down that way, and then if they are, you're good to reuse it. To reinstall, it's the exact opposite, so making sure your connector is facing the same orientation as the pin. You simply push it in the back of the connector like that, slide it in till it clicks, and then yeah, that's your pin back in. To lock it in, you just need to take your little locking tab, slide that in the side. This is orientated, so the little ridge at the top is facing the top of the connector that way. So you pop that in there, slide this in till it clicks, which it will do once you just push it with a pick or something, like that. And then your connector's in solid, and you can put on any sheathing or covers that you might have for the wires, and that is your connector good to go. So now what we're going to do is remake a full connector from just wire and a bare connector. So the first thing to do is take out your locking tab. I've already done that. So the next thing to do is get your bare wire, make sure it's a nice clean cut on there. It doesn't have to be perfectly round at this point, but a nice even cut. Then get your weatherproof seal, it goes this way on. Put that onto your wire first and slide it down a little bit, just out the way so we can strip the wire. Then you want to get your wire strippers. I find even with the stop in all the way, it's not quite, it's a bit too long of a a wire strip, so you want to put it just before clip and strip your wire. Give it a little twist so it's nice and easy to use, and then you want to wind your seal up so it's right at the edge of the sheathing, like that. That will give the best seal and the best wiring connection. You then want to get your actual wiring connector and your crimps. This laser one comes with different dies. These dies just slide in and out like that, so you just whack these in. For the bigger size connectors, which is what I'm showing here, you need the 1.5 die, which is that one. So you put your connector in, the little prongs should fit in, just, if I can get it to go in, there we go. And you just want to get it in enough just to hold itself, make sure it's all flush and everything, and that side looks good. We then get our wire and we poke it into the connector and make sure the seal goes in as well. You just want that first bit of the seal to go in, and you want just a bare bit of copper showing on the other side. Once that looks alright, you're then going to send it, so crimp it all the way down, and you'll find you've got a pretty much perfect, if it will focus, pretty much perfect VW connector pin, that is. So give it a little test. That's not going anywhere. All we've got to do after that is find our connector, put it in the right way, so that goes in that way. There we go, it's gone in. Put your locking tab in and send her home. There we go. And then you've got one solid remade VW connector. Obviously you can do this on as many wires, as many different size wires as you want. But yeah, that's all there is to it.